Here we go. Welcome to the Texas Toast. We have a super duper special guest, and we're going to get some girl talk in today. Hello, Miss Bri Bagwell. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. I am just having such a good week already. I
Yes.
still don't know what day it is. I haven't gotten used to like the quarantine calendar. Like I have shows now. So all I know is I have a show in 3 days. That might be Tuesday. That might be Saturday. We don't
I know
know.
that trying to keep up with what day I go through that all the time. Luckily, I have a couple of specific days, like for instance, yoga Tuesday, Thursday. So that kind of keeps me balanced. So let's go ahead and get started. You were talking about coming off this phenomenal week, and you are such a trailblazer. Your music is so bouncy. It's so spot on. I remember when Boots came out, and I was a morning show host, so that song got me going in the morning. But let's talk
Aw.
about 8-time female vocalist of the year for the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards.
Yeah.
Who does that? Who does that?
I told him, I said, like, my first one, 8 years ago, Cody Johnson and Randy Rogers handed it to me and I cried. And now I just feel old when I get it. But it's still such an honor. I mean, like, especially after the past year, getting those like little wins kind of just keeps you going and just gives you that, okay, that I'm about to go make another record. And it all feels so daunting. So to kind of just come home with a trophy and get to see all my friends. I don't know. It's just a little boost for me.
Yeah, and there's so much camaraderie in the Texas music scene. It's like family.
Totally. And I hate like even having to compete against other females or whatever, because it's like every female that I know that's on the road deserves it. And so, I've handed that award off a couple of years. I gave it to Sarah Hobbs once and like Kylie Fry got it
Hmm.
once. It's like everybody deserves it, but unfortunately that's not how awards shows work.
And then they added something extra to it this year, the Decade Award.
Yeah, I am just still embarrassed about that because I didn't know about that. That was a surprise. And so when I saw the program, I thought it was like me against Aaron Watson, against Randy Rogers, against Cody Johnson. So I was backstage kind of packing up my stuff, packing up my guitar because I thought there's no way I was going to win. And I didn't know that each one of us got our own decade award. And so they like called my name and I was
Oh.
nowhere to be found. And the band was like playing my song. And I was like, gosh, that sounds like my song kind of. And my boyfriend's like, yeah. And then it was embarrassing. So by the time I got out there, I was like a frazzled mess. I don't even know what I said, but it was such an honor. It was very cool. And Jay Novacek from the Dallas Cowboys, he presented my award. So that was awesome.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, you've come a long way. I mean, I love the story of, I mean, you were obviously born to do music, but I love the fact that you started actually playing in bars when you were 14.
Yeah, my mom is kind of like, I'm not really sure that was the best move as a mother, but I have two older brothers. They're 7 years older than me, and they both sing and play. One plays guitar, one plays drums. And so we started a band when they were in college. And so I was playing in the bars and hooked on that honky tonk lifestyle from an early age. And I'm just really glad that my family like let me do that and that it was encouraged and we had a band and we all sang together because I'm kind of sometimes even still stage fright ish a little bit. So I think starting that young, it really kind of got me hooked on performing,
Mhm.
got some, years under my belt.
Do you think that gave you a lot of material for your songwriting?
Yeah, I think too, there were so many bad songs early on that I hope nobody ever hears. And so, but I got to start performing those songs live. And I think, you kind of see how the crowd reacts. You see what goes over well, and then you get like this rush of performing your own songs. So I think it just, if anything, it just started me writing songs at such an
Mhm.
early age. So then I just got better at it, thank goodness, because they weren't
Mhm.
very good.
And so then you're off to college at UT studying marketing, and that's when you get the guitar and start playing. And I love the story about the first gig that you got that was regular there at the pub.
Yeah, Mother Egan's Pub. Actually, Curtis Grimes was playing there, and I went to see him play, and he got me up to play a song. And then the bar owner right there gave me my first gig, which was awesome. But I only knew like a few songs on guitar because I play piano, so I had to kind of like do the crash course in guitar. And I remember my fingers hurting so bad that first show because I wasn't really a guitar player. But it's a much more portable instrument. So I like
Right.
forced myself to learn it. And now I've been playing both piano and guitar on stage. I wouldn't say I'm a great, I'm not like I can't do all crazy stuff on guitar, but I think it's important as a female to like play your own instruments. And so even though I didn't really want to learn, I did.
Hmm. What was it like the first time you played Green Hall?
Oh my gosh. My
Man, that's a
first
heart. That's like so close to green. It's just it's green.
Yes, and if you want to die some more, I just bought property 5 minutes away from Green Hall. So
Oh,
that's
beautiful.
like, I know, I'm so excited. So I can go there like on a Tuesday and have a beer at 2 p.m. if I want to. Um it was incredible. I went to Green Hall. My brothers came to Texas. We took a road trip from Austin to Green when I was 18, and we went and saw Eli Young band there.
Oh,
And
lovely.
so,
Mm,
yeah, to play there and to be on that stage. I mean, I wish I could have told like 18-year-old Bri that she would be on that stage. Ah,
that's amazing. And you've made so many appearances at Steamboat also.
yeah, this was going to be my 10th year at Steamboat this year, and it got canceled. So I was pretty upset because I think you get like a belt buckle or something. I don't know what you get, but it was just like, I really wanted it, whatever it was. And so the next year we're going to have to just make it bigger and better and more fun.
And you've had so many multiple number one hits on the Texas music chart.
Oh boy. I think seven. I think seven now. Um, yeah, that's crazy. I'm just thankful for radio because in the early days I was able to like get in the car and go visit each radio station, and like I think I did like 60 radio stations that first time. And then so now we're so busy, we're usually playing, so many shows. I don't really have as much time to go visit each station. I try still when I'm close. But they play the music anyway. So I'm so
Oh,
thankful.
yes.
I'm like, thank you so much because we just got so busy.
Well, speaking of quarantine and the music, let's talk about your music video to as soon as you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, you were
Uh,
like a mermaid when you went in the water. Tell me about you got to describe. Okay, so to set it up for the listeners.
mm,
So Bree's doing this video, wedding dress, and you go in the pool underwater.
yeah, the director of the video, AJ Vallejo, he like never tells me no when I'm like, hey, I want to go underwater in a wedding dress. He's like, great, let's do it. And I wish he would be like, no, that's a stupid idea. But that video, I had this idea of, being underwater in a wedding dress, but all the stores were closed because it was brand new quarantine. This was like May, maybe. And
Mhm.
so I had to order that wedding dress from Amazon. And my dad tells everybody because it's like a $99 dress. And he was like, now that's the kind of wedding I could get behind right there. And
Oh,
yeah, I'm like, Dad. So we shot that video during quarantine with one cameraman. Uh, no stores were open. I had some friends come be in the video, but we couldn't go anywhere. We were in someone's backyard. And I mean, the budget was just like so incredibly low. And so for it to be like nominated for music video of the year, and then CMT actually picked it up and played it for 9 weeks between like Blake Shelton and Dirk Bentley. And I was like, what is happening here? This is so crazy. I just like woke up one day and it was on CMT. It was a dream come true.
but the video is awesome and the whole concept of the song, and I love the behind the sink thing. But when you went in the water,
Oh,
I was like, wow, that's amazing.
oh, thank you. That's so nice. Yeah, I don't want people to think I'm like bashing marriage. That was kind of something a radio interviewer said to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think it's the opposite of that. And in fact, that there's the last scene of the video, it obviously looks like I ended up going and getting married. Um, so we went back and shot that after the video had already been wrapped because I was like so afraid that people were going to think that. Um, and that's not the point. The point is obviously just waiting for the right person and that
Yes.
supports your
Be-
dreams.
Yes, because when you do find that right person, some girls like us can be tamed. And it's that
Yeah,
independence. I
right.
was that whole breaking down that wall of independence. So I think it was awesome. And you've put out so much music. Your first album, Band from Santa Fe, came out. And I like the term band, Banned, everybody, just in case you're trying to follow
Yeah.
along with us.
That's
I
fine.
want to talk to you about a particular song. It's called My Fisherman.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, okay, wait. You can't see because it's kind of cloudy and the blinds are closed, but right behind me is East Matagorda Bay.
No
I
way.
am a Matagorda girl. I fish all the time. And I was, because I've kept up with your music, and I was just going through the other day and I was listening and I was like, oh my gosh, another song about Matagorda. How did that song come about? I have to know.
Yeah, that was like it was kind of a because it's not a true story, I don't think. But one time, my boyfriend at the time he went fishing and he didn't bring any fish home, and I was like, excuse me, where are the fish? He's like, we didn't catch any. I'm like, oh, so okay. So what were you really doing? And I was like, I should probably write that song. And so yeah, I've been down in Matagorda. It's awesome. So I just had to put it in there. And actually my friend Shane, I texted him all the lyrics to that song and I was like, did I get all my fishing terms right? And my just to make sure I didn't mess up.
It doesn't matter because I mean the lyrically it was pretty awesome, but to be honest with you, if around here, if any of us girls got left at the boat ramp or they didn't show up, we would just go hook up the boat ourselves, launch it and go fish and run the boat ourselves. I mean, there's a lot of girls here we do that.
That's the best. I love it. Like I love when we go to these fishing tournaments and there's like the all women fishing teams
That's
and I've
me.
gotten to I've gotten to like hop on their boats and it's like, "Oh, you're going with a bunch of girls." Oh no, it's like more intense because they're on top of it. They're going, they're beating everybody. They're always winning. I'm like, this it's the best. I love it.
Yes, we have a really famous tournament here called the Mermaid Tournament, and it's offshore. And and the thing is, it's such a bonding experience for us. It's
Mhm.
almost like a girls' night out, weekend out. But we get on the boat, and some of the conversation on the back of the boat's priceless that I have with my girls that we fish offshore. We'll be gone all day, come back in, and we work hard and we do everything ourselves. So I just thank you. I just thought that was such
No,
a
I think that's amazing. Good for you guys. Like that's awesome. And there's really nothing better than just being on a boat, except being on a boat with a bunch of your best friends.
Oh, yes.
Best
Oh,
girlfriends.
yes.
Yeah.
And competing, that helps also.
And winning
So,
that money.
oh yeah, that's always nice. So
Mhm.
you're looking at releasing a new single. You're gonna have a new single coming out, Heroes.
Yes, I wrote this song about falling in love with someone that likes the same music that you do. And so it's like the closest thing I can get to a love song. So like if you know my music, I don't really do a
Yes,
lot of love
yes.
songs. So yeah, it talks about, all of my influences growing up. And yeah, so I think I was supposed to go in the studio like a couple weeks ago and finish it. And we got this hammered with shows once everything opened up. And so we've had to push and push and push. So going in to finish it March 31st. And then yeah, the mixing, mastering, the whole deal. And so it'll
Hmm.
be, I say April, but let's be honest, it's never on time. So probably May. Probably May.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And so tour dates are opening back up. You've got some shows coming up. You've been doing some shows, and you've got a big
Yes.
show in Key West also.
Yeah, we go to Key West every year in February. So that was like one of the biggest, like no Steamboat and no Key West this year. I was just like, I was really upset. I did pretty fine all through quarantine, all through shutdown, but January and February like really got me. And then January, was it February or March? I can't even remember now. But when everything finally got back opened up, I had just three amazing shows in a row, and then they all got canceled because of the ice storm, the big snowstorm that hit.
Oh,
And
yes.
I was like, what is happening here? That was the worst for me. So I'm so glad we finally got back on the road like the last couple of weeks, and I'm just so thankful. But yeah, Key West will be fun. It's a blast. There's like 50 bands that go, and it's crazy. So I go do that at the end of April.
I saw you have a show coming up soon at Dosey Do's too, also.
Ooh, Dosey Do is next week, and I just found out my buddy Scotty Alexander. I saw him at the awards. He's going to be opening, and if you haven't seen him, oh my gosh, he's amazing. And it's one of my favorite venues in Texas. So,
Yeah,
um,
it's one of those heritage venues.
mhm.
Absolutely. Now, also, I'm going shopping on a website. It's called theglamwagon.com. Kyle sent me the link over because I know you've always been known for your fashion, and but it's like, oh, I'm in trouble. You have so many cute things.
Thank you. My friend Cindy, she has this boutique called the Glam Wagon, and I've gotten pretty spoiled over the years. Like I have a bunch of friends with boutiques, so they'll send me clothes, and then I'll tag them, and it helps me a lot because I'm not spending money on clothes, and then it helps them. So she was sending me a bunch of clothes, and she said, "You know what? Why don't we just like go into business together?" This is during shutdown. I was like, "Well, I'm not doing anything else anyway, so I'm ready." So we launched an entire Bri Bagwell collection, and it was amazing. It was like the response was killer. Just wasn't expecting it, and I basically just went and picked out everything that I would wear. So it's a really small collection of clothes. She has a ton of other things, but my actual collection is really small. So everything Serape, everything that looks like New Mexico, where I'm from, and we're getting new things all the time. I just got brand new silk like rattlesnake print shorts in today that I'm supposed to take a picture of, so new things coming all the time. It's called the Glam Wagon, and it sells out fast whenever we release anything new. So got to be quick.
So what do you like to do outside of music, like hobbies or special interest?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, I love to hike. I
Oh,
know that
cool.
sounds like my boyfriend and I, we took advantage of quarantine. We've been um, Colorado. We just went to Arizona, New Mexico. We like to find mountains and then come back down straight to the breweries.
Perfect.
That's what we love to do. I do like fish. I don't really get to a whole lot, but I love to hike. I love to read. I'm a big reader. Cook. Oh my gosh, we cook a lot now. We got pretty good at it during quarantine.
Wow.
Yeah. So and then of course most of my free time is spent holding my dog. That's what
What's
I
your
like to do most.
what kind of dog do you have?
I have a Chihuahua mix, a Chihuahua Terrier, I think Chihuahua Rat Terrier mix. I found her in the middle of the road 2 years ago, and she's just like the light.
Oh,
I know. She usually comes in here, Whiskey.
oh, Whiskey.
Yeah, she's the best. If she doesn't come in here, I'll go get her before this is over because you have to see her. She's like, she goes on the stage. She sleeps on this. I just put her bed up there sometimes for acoustic shows, and she just sleeps on the bed the whole time. And everyone brings, like, people used to bring me gifts at the shows, like little, whatever trinkets. It's only my dog now. She gets bones, clothes. She has cowboy hats. She has boots. I'm like, she's
Kidding me.
spoiled. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that is too cute. Speaking of your boyfriend, who is your boyfriend?
Paul Eason.
Okay, I had tell him he probably won't remember me, but One More Dance and Keeping It Between the Lines is still one of my all-time Texas favorite songs, those two. When he was out single solo artist and he did his radio tour, he came by. And
Wow.
Keeping It Between the Lines, that is Texas right there. And when that's two
Uh,
of my all-time favorite songs. So tell him Miss Helen said hello. I'm sure he won't remember me because as you know, that was many, many moons ago. But he was
uh,
always the best. So
I wish he
that's
was here.
awesome.
He left, but he should be back. Then I'll let him know. He'll appreciate that. And he has his new band called the Wilder Blue with Zane Williams, and they're doing really good now. And yeah, so he got to go to the awards the other night, and he played with
Y'all
me
are
on stage, and it was fun. It was really
y'all are
fun.
so cute. That's just awesome. Just awesome. I
Thanks.
love
Well,
it.
I think it's just proof that, I never thought I would find somebody that would want to be with me for as long as he has, and he lets me be me. It's amazing. So
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, well, we're going to be waiting for the new single Heroes to come out, and
great.
we'll be keeping up with that. And so before we go, I have one question to ask you.
Yeah.
If you were a cocktail, what would you be?
Oh my gosh. Well, of course I'd be some sort of whiskey. Oh, we've been or oh man, I would say Paul Eason, he makes a lot of cocktails and he's very good at it. If I wasn't whiskey though, because I would like it's the first thing that popped into my mind, which is what you should always say when you're doing radio, I think, but or podcast. They have a drink named after me at Willie's joint in Buda, but they have it named after all the Texas country artists. And mine is a shot of whiskey and a Love Street beer. So it's like I think that's
Oh,
hilarious
I
because it's like,
love it.
I think that's actually me. It's like a shot of Rebecca Creek whiskey and then a craft Love Street beer. And I'm
I
like, that's kind
love
of me. I think that's me.
I love Street, especially in the summer. That's like my summer craft beer. Yeah.
I'm so
That's
glad to hear that. We just started working with them again, or we continue to work with them
mhm.
after quarantine. I didn't know if we were, going to get to continue sponsorships or partnerships or whatever. And they said they still want to work with me with Love Street. And I was like, that my day, my week, my year is made. I'm obsessed with it. And they're great people at Carbach. So
Yes, they are. Well, Bri,
mhm.
it has been an absolute pleasure visiting with you. Can't
I
wait to
love it.
see you down the road. And if you get down this way, you got to come to Matagorda.
Well, I know I'm going to jump on that boat with you. I
Yes,
was
you
going to,
are.
let me get her. Come here.
Oh,
Oh,
there's whiskey.
she's very,
Oh my gosh,
she says
y'all.
hi. I know. She's wearing her shirt today. She loves clothes. If she's not wearing clothes, she'll be like, Mom, can you go put some clothes on me?
I know it's almost
So
like she's look at her ear, like she's trying to pose and putting the ear up. Hey, whiskey.
she's
Thank you for joining us,
thank you
whiskey.
guys.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's a little early for me, so this is the best I could do with my outfit. But I appreciate
You're
y'all.
adorable. Thank you so much, Bri. We'll see you down the road.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.